Fiona. Hiya. I've just unveiled myself. I've just unveiled myself, so some of you now know who I am. Fiona Ritchie, happy to be with you, and I know who many of you are as well. And it's nice to have been asked by PH8 Community Matters to welcome you to Burnham Arts, and it's more than a normal welcome, isn't it? Really, because we're welcoming people back all the time just now, having, for many of us, not been in a gathering of this size perhaps for quite some time. So it's a welcome back, really, and we can appreciate the energy and the enjoyment just of being in a group like this. And I must say, looking out at everybody, it's just odd to actually see people with lots of legs, because you're so used to seeing people in wee boxes on your screen. It's nice to see everybody and all of everybody. So thank you very much for coming out on such a beautiful, beautiful Burnham day. So yeah, we've got gatherings happening coming up. We've got the 17th Neil Gow Festival, twice cancelled and coming back. And since the last Neil Gow Festival in person, there's a new resident in the community, which is Mr. Gow himself, standing over near the bridge, the statue. And Neil Gow Festival coming up 18th to the 20th of March, another opportunity to gather right here at Burnham Arts, and also for the Burnham Book Festival, also reborn in May, 20th to the 22nd of May. So we are gathering again, and it does feel wonderful. Thanks for coming to this one. The cultural anthropologist Margaret Mead has a quote I think is very appropriate for today. She said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." And I think it's in that spirit that the folk at PH8 Community Matters undertook to develop the Community Action Plan. And there's been a lot of work going on, and a lot of you are here because you're aware of that. Last year, for much of the year, residents and businesses were surveyed, stakeholders were interviewed. There was lots of people who could participate in online feedback. Research was done about some of the things in our community that maybe don't come out in surveys. And all of that was put into the pot, stirred around to help develop our vision. And that's why we're here today, is to look at what that process has brought together, the sort of how it's focused under a lens. And it's great to see different people here representing different groups, the Orchard and Climate Cafe, etc., because it goes without saying, obviously, that going forward, sustainability and environmental concerns have to underpin everything that we do in a community action plan. If we didn't have that at the forefront of our minds before COP26, we certainly have it now. So we're here to see what we can do to nurture a vibrant, safe, caring and sustainable community. And that takes work, and it's not something that is finished. It's always going to be a work in progress, isn't it? And so I think it's important to say that feedback is very much welcomed to the vision as articulated so far. Discussion is very much hoped for, and especially if you feel that for whatever reason you haven't had a chance to have your opinion heard so far, or have developed opinions and want people to hear them, I think feedback is very, very important. Well, I've got another wee quote for you. This is one also I think that works for today. Michael Palin, he said, "You can't get a suit of armour and a rubber chicken just like that. You have to plan ahead." And so we're planning. That's what this is for. Looking at what the immediate priorities are, what we're doing well, what we could be doing better, what we want to see happening in the next 5 years. So with enormous thanks to everyone for coming out and coming together to look at what our community is about and what it can be, I want to give you my thanks, and to turn over to some of the folks from PH8 Community Matters to tell us what's been happening and where it all goes from here. Thanks very much.